morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Wow. Good morning. I'm just waking up. It is now 2:23. About 5 minutes ago, I just woke up from a bad dream. A bad dream. I just gotta tell it before I forget. Wow. Wow. I think in part I had the dream. I was sleeping on my hand, and my hand started to get numb. My phone was near me, um, but it was off. I mean, it's on, but it's not playing. Oh wow! I just got to tell it. Yeah, let me begin. Trying to get myself together. Yeah, I am talking a little soft. I'm just waking up. I was in a deep dreaming. Dreaming really deep. Oh, it was a nightmare. It was a nightmare. Yet today is July 3, 2025, and the time is, as I said, now it's at 2:24 a.m. in the morning. Wow. Yeah, I was in a deep sleep. Boy. Yeah, I was sleeping on my hand in real life, and my right hand was getting numb. Uh, but why the dream? Very negative. Now, I did had my phone near me in bed, and it had been playing earlier. I was watching video, and maybe because the last thing I was playing about the Diddy trial, um, he was found guilty of two counts of using transporting for prostitution. That he had that. So I mean, that's not. Um, I mean, that is intense news. But I fell asleep and had this dream. It was a nightmare. It felt real. What I can remember, what I can remember was that I think it looked like the home that I was in now. Looked like I was in the living room. And it's a big window, glass door. And so I think I might have heard noise. And when I came to look, I see a soldier. Yeah, I think it started out in my current living room. It could have been two soldiers, two American, what I would say, American soldiers, looking soldiers. They were in army gear. They're in full military gear. And I'm like trying to peek, like, what's going on? It was daylight. Sorry, I forgot to tap on my phone. Oops. So I keep forgetting that I have to touch my screen. It went black on me, and I had to re-enter my phone. Sorry about that if we had gone off. That's what happened. Yeah, again, I'm just waking up. That's why I sound the way that I do. I'm just waking up. So I'm groggy because I'm not really awake. I want to give the dream out. Okay, so I'm not under any influence or anything. I'm just waking up. Got to get this dream out. Yeah, not even both eyes are open. Only one eye is open to try to navigate because the light is still bright, on the monitor on my phone that I'm doing this live stream. So I get to the window, the glass entryway where I live, and it's daylight. I see some men walking about. And then one turns around, looks at me, and you heard something. And then I felt something in my arm. I think I fell to the ground. Something. I was shot at. And then, yeah. And the next I remember, I'm trying to get help. And then I'm at a place, and a soldier is with me. I think I not supposed to be in the military at this part of the dream. And I'm seeking help because I was shot. I think I was in a cafeteria now. And I'm saying something. I might say, hey, this guy, it was, I think I raised my hand. And the guy said, oh my God, you were shot. Because when I looked at my hand, I I saw I had bubbles, like on my wrist area. It looked like bubbles. My arm was like a discolored, but I see bubbles. And then, and the man I'm talking to is a young man. I think it was military also, a young white guy. Young, like in his 20s, young, very young looking, but not too young. Like he seemed very mature, that he's been in the military for a while, but he's very, very young, early 20s probably. And he looks with surprise, oh, and and he says, you were shot. And then when I look again, I see that my arm is exposed. The side of my forearm facing away from me, that side of my arm, I see it's all open. And he put a gauze or something in it. Inside it was all open, like it was split open, like it was slit open. And everything was exposed. It was my right arm and hand. And when I look closely again, I see that my pinky was blown off. And I take pride in my hands. I always did in real life. And I said, oh my God, my pinky is blown off. The guy shot me in the dream. This is a dream. This is just a dream, people. But it felt real. I said, oh my God. And then the next thing I know, yeah, that there was people around in the room when he was treating me. It was just a lot of people. I didn't know any of these people. The next thing I remember, I'm in a cafeteria. busy cafeteria with the tables. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. My phone went black again. Oh, pardon. Yeah, I'm just waking up from a dream. That's why I sound this way. So yes, my voice is still soft. I'm just awakening. It scared me. Yeah. So the next thing I'm at, I'm in a cafeteria, big cafeteria. Where you're eating. Everybody's seated, and I'm at a table, and I see my eldest brother. I say, so and so. Um, something just happened to me. I think I showed him my hand. He's what? He looks at me in surprise. I think he gets up, and I'm thinking, oh, I guess maybe he really does care about me. I don't know what else he was doing. Yes, hello, viewer. Yes, I sound a little groggy. I'm just waking up from a dream. Yes, so it's nothing wrong with me. I'm just waking up. I'm just had a nightmare, a really bad nightmare. And I just want to say it before I forget. It was intense. Wow. I remember just keeping, I don't remember what happened after that, what he says, whatever. But I remember I'm at another scene, um, or with a hand that's blown off, part of my hand is blown off. There was no blood, but my hand felt funny. And it was feeling funny because in real life I was sleeping, how my hand was positioned during my sleep, it got numb. But still, I don't need that type of dream. Yeah, so I remember at one point, um, I'm in a public area, another public area. Um, and and I remember people running. It was outdoors. I don't know what place this was. But it was a lot of white people. It felt like it was back in America. It looked like it was like a business center. It looked more like Queens rather than Manhattan. It was busy, commercial area. It was daylight. And there was a sniper. Yeah, the dream was there was a sniper and people are running and bullets were flying. And I think um, yes, someone got shot in the dream. So everybody's trying to take cover. Yeah, I was in a store, it's daylight, a lot of people. It was a lot of white people, Caucasians, just all ages. It was just a random, looked like a city. It was not where I live now. I live in Rwanda. This looked like a city in America. Um, People just running. And I remember at one point, it looked like a deli type of place. A lot of people, but not too crowded. But it was a busy, and something happened again. Something was happening there. I remember at one point, um, I was lying. Yeah, I remember at one point I was lying on the ground at this place, and I heard like that, like that, like things whizzing by my face. And I think I saw at one point, like you could see the bullets, like something whizzing in the air. And it was awful. and someone, yeah, it was a sniper or something. And everybody's taking cover. I'm taking cover. And I said, wow, that one whizzed right near my face. Then I started thinking about what happened to um, our current administration leader, that when almost exactly a year ago, he had a sniper thing happening to him. Remember that? That's what I was thinking about in the dream. I thought, wow, that one was close. You could hear them whiz by. And I remember, I think it was an arm or something, and someone was trying to really pellet the place where I was at, where I was trying to take cover. And I think an arm had come in and wanted to get every inch of that space that I was in there, trying to get us. Yeah. Oh my God, it was frightening. Frightening. I was in fear. I was in fear in the dream. A lot of anxiety. Yes, hello, Vera. I sound groggy because I'm just waking up. I'm not under any influence or anything. I'm just waking up. I'm not fully awake. I'm recounting a bad nightmare that I just had, just waking up from it. Gotta tell it. Um, and then I remember, I think I ran to another space. Yet I think at this point that there was also military there, and they were trying to find this sniper. He was trying to find them. Um, but in this space, it was now a different space, and I just was hoping to get out of it, out of the space. Yeah, the fear that I had. Yeah, I remember it was in a smaller space. So I might have run or something like that. Yeah, we were running for cover. And I remember looking at a distance to locate to try to see where the guy. Yeah, I remember at one point I said, "Oh, I think part of the something was open because we were trying to close the blind something so he couldn't see in." Oh God, it felt real. It felt real. And I thought, my God, that's the sniper. It was like an older white dude, maybe in his 50s or something, kind of on the heavier side. Yeah, it was so spooky. And just the last thing I remember in the dream that I was in a different space, and I felt trapped. I think other people were with me too. I'm on the ground, trying to find what position. Where. I remember I think trying to slide to a different location on the floor. To what might have felt safe. Because I was concerned about bullets ricocheting and things like that. Wow. That's all I really could remember about the dream. That's all I could really remember, that I felt trapped. The bullets were flying everywhere, and I was already hit in my hand. I remember looking at my hand, and so my God, my pinky's missing. It was on my right hand. There was no blood, and there was no pain. And I was relieved that day. I said, wow, I guess this is what it feels like to get a bullet in you. Because at first I wasn't, it felt like something hit me. And and in the dream that I was it. Very frightening. So basically, there was a sniper, there was military, but initially in the dream, I was minding my business, and I went to my living room. It's a glass door, and there were military on my my lawn, my property, and he shot it. He looked at me, and he just he didn't put like the like you. He was able to pull the trigger without he didn't have to move the his weapon to his face, to aim and shoot. He just it was like close to his waist, the gun. I mean, the rifle, something like a rifle, and he just shoots in my direction to get me. This also reminded me what happened to me in Queens back in the 1990s. Um, I lived in an apartment back then in Queens. It's nighttime, and yeah, and there was a flashlight like where I lived. It's I had gate my I had a gate at my window, and it's locked from the inside. And I went to, I had curtains. So I went to look. I slowly moved the curtain to say, hey, what's going on outside? It was a police officer. And you know what he did? Now I'm inside my apartment, and it's a gate in my window, and it's locked. So why would he be doing, well, when I opened it, like just moved the curtain slightly, he went to get his gun, from his holster. I kid you not. How dare he do that? Wow. Yeah, that's what happened in real life. Yeah. So that's what it reminded me that's what I was thinking in the dream when I had gone to look in the dream. The curtains were open at the doorway in the dream. So everything's open, and I'm just walking past the door, and for a reason, I just, I was standing, and I am looking outside, and I see these two men, and he just, just looked towards, looked in my direction, and pulled the trigger, and I got hit. Yeah, I think I tried to play dead in the dream, play dead so he wouldn't shoot again. I had to get out of there. Wow. These were soldiers. They were in that pale outfit. It was a solid color, but it was like a pale color. Could have been a pale, like a murky pale green or something, but greenish yellow. Yeah, all military gear. It was one of the frightening things. Yeah, and then the sniper. Someone was in some town in America, busy, and he was just revenge. Oh, I think at one point, yeah, the last part, he was right at the place where I was. I was in a little room hiding. We were hiding. And I think he was trying to get in. He was trying to get in. It was so frightening. Yeah, then I don't remember anything else but the fear. And it was a man. It was a man that was doing it, a white guy. And no, I'm not trying to promote racial discord. No, no, I'm not doing that. That is not my motive in saying what he was. But that's what he was. Because I needed to try to identify who he was. Who is this person? Who is it? Who is it? What's going on outside? Yeah, I think last, but yeah, and I think he put his hand. He was trying to get in, trying to just. He just wanted mass destruction. He wanted mass destruction. This person. Oh wow, yeah. So that was the dream. Yeah, and I was concerned about my hand that was partly blown off, and I think I was thinking, boy, am I able to get compensation? Because I was supposed to be a soldier also. At one point, I'm thinking, oh, I'm in the military too. Yeah, wow, yeah. So it's interesting that both places, like there was the initial place where I, in the dream, got banged, but everything else, it was a food place, a food establishment. And then my eldest brother, who was sitting across from me, and it was his younger version, how I remember him, my eldest brother. And he stood up like, wow, like, oh my. Because I showed, I said, hey, look what just happened to me. I was shot. So, yeah, I didn't know anybody around me. It was just busy, busy, busy. Lot of Caucasians. A lot of Caucasians. That's all I remember. Everybody was a Caucasian there. It was so frightening, the dream. It felt real. It felt real. And, sometimes when you're dreaming, you sometimes you can be thinking as you're dreaming, you know. And I really missed, I really wanted nice hands. And I take pride in my hands. Always did. Even as a little girl, young person. Wow. So then I woke up. I woke up and I kept my eyes closed. And then I had a vision. Yeah, I was in a room. Oh, it was weird. Um, it looked like a table. And I see a hand. Yeah, it was a right hand, the right hand. I see an elderly, it looked like a man's hand. And it was dough on the table, but it looked like dough. And you see flour, you know, bread flour, white flour. That's what it looked like. And the person was seated, and it's like, it seemed like I was looking through someone else's eyes because you could see part of a body. You see the arm and hand, one arm and hand on the table, and it's trying to move the dough, but the hand was paralyzed. It couldn't manipulate what looked like dough or whatever. And I remember the hand going across this. It looked like dough, a little piece of dough. And I remember his thumb went under it, like he couldn't like grab it. And so he's like pushing his arm, sliding his arm against the table to try to get to try to get to the dough and try to knead the dough or something. And you see part of a leg, like someone seated. It was an elderly man. Looked like an elderly man, wearing slacks, and the elderly hand, it was an older hand, man's hand that I saw. And I was trying to see what in the context. I couldn't really see anything else. But I think I felt like he's at a retirement place, like a assistant place. That's what I'm feeling. Like it's at a center, to take care of the old. I think he might have been in a wheelchair. That was my feel, that he was, I think, a wheelchair or something. was a man, very elderly, it seemed. But look at the hand, the arms, I mean, the legs seemed, he's wearing pants, but it's baggy. So it's thinner, but the hand was heavy. Into them in his younger days, it must have been a strong man. And then I couldn't see it anymore, and I'm waking up. So that's what my dream and vision was. And what a dream! Oh wow! I hope this. I wonder, is this an omen? What's going to happen to some town in America? I've had so much fear. I had so much fear in this whole drama. Yeah, you could feel I had anxiety, and I was afraid of those bullets streaming by. You could hear whizzing, and you're trapped. You can't, you move. I think someone else got, banged in the room, and you don't really know where to go when you can't find the sniper. You don't know where the sniper. Yeah, and I think the military was looking for the guy. They were looking for him. Yeah, I remember I saw a military person again. They were looking for. They were trying to find this person. Yeah. So that's my dream. Um, wow. What trying times, anxiety. I guess watching all these videos, it's something that I feel so glued watching on my device. These news things back in America. Even though I moved, I am still. It's as if nothing changed. And had this dream. Horrible. Absolutely horrible. Yeah, 4th of July is coming about very soon. Today's the 3rd, July 3. Yep. So, people, please be safe and please take cover when something like that happens. Maybe stay low, be silent, and make a plan in case things get rough where you live. Okay. Um, I just feel in my heart, if when something like that happens, natural disaster or war, take cover and then have an agreement of how you're going to meet. But I think the best thing, both parties just stay safe where you are, and when it's safe for communication, maybe you could, you know, um, say like if you're able to get access to like an email or WhatsApp, to just text people when it's safe, if that is, and you make an agreement. Wherever you are, stay safe. And then when everything clears up, you make an agreement how you're going to communicate. Maybe you can have devise more than one method. If it's no electronics, whatever. Um, so you can't email, whatever. Main thing, stay where you are. Just stay safe. And when it's clear, devise a meeting place. Um, and just hope for the best. Yeah. But the communication, yeah. Some type of device, email, WhatsApp, you know, more than one. You decide. Sometimes you hear about people just looking and roaming around, and you can get hurt in the process doing that. And even though I probably would do the same thing, but it's when people do that, you can get yourself hurt in that process of searching. Yes, stay put where you are, and when electronics or whatever's up, just say where you are. Where that you're okay, or if you want to give more than one message, pass a message that, by so and so it's okay. Whatever you need to say, be brief and make an agreement when you're going to try to communicate again. That's what's coming to me as I say this. Yes, hello, viewer. Good morning. Good morning. I'm just finishing up this dream that I had and the vision I had. Yeah, I was sleeping on my arm and it went numb, and it was incorporated in a bad nightmare I had. So thank you again, people. But please, wherever you are, be safe. And sometimes you never know who your enemy is. In the dream I had, a soldier, you know, banged at me and hit it blew off part of my hand in the dream. Again, it's just a dream, a bad dream I had. Yeah. And then the other part of the dream, a military person was assisting me with my wound. Oh, brother, it felt real. But, thank God there was no blood in the dream. It wasn't that way. But it felt like a lot of these dreams, you just believe in what you're seeing. But, in real life, when I'm looking, in the dream, and what I remember seeing in the dream, it wouldn't look like that. It looked like a bionic arm or something. Look, it was fake inside. It like wire. It had just some mechanical stuff in it. Really weird looking. And it was hollow. Yeah, it was hollow, but just some gadget inside the arm. It looked weird. Yeah, so but in dreams you make it out to seem real. It seemed real. It was very tense. It was very, very tense, the environment. Yeah, people, I don't know whether this is an omen about anything. Um, where you are, um, hug, keep your loved ones safe, okay? Um, instruct your children. You got young children. You're a parent, you got teenagers. I'm serious when I say that. You keep them at home. You tell your teens, your young adults, you tell them, you instruct them. Trouble starts, go home quickly. Lock your doors. Do not have your loved ones out there playing a fool, thinking that they're cool and everything. No, you bring them home. You instruct them now. You are the king and queen in your house. You tell your children, whether they're adult children or not, they live with you, keep them home. Keep them home. Don't look for trouble. Okay? So this is a spirit journey, recounting a bad dream I had and a vision. Yeah. So now this vision, I'm seeing through the eyes. Yeah, it was very faint, but I was seeing in my vision after I woke up from this bad nightmare. I do that meditation thing, and I was seeing through the eyes of an elderly man, looked like a Caucasian elderly man, and he was trying to knead dough, but his arm was like hand was like paralyzed, and he was pushing the dough. You could see the flour, the bread flour on the tabletop. It looked like a wooden tabletop. And he was trying to manipulate the dough that's on the top of the table. And I guess for therapy, to try to exercise the hand. Wow, bizarre people, isn't it? Bizarre. This is a bizarre world. Yeah, I believe people, these existence that we have, um, I think we have a multiple existence. And it's wherever where your consciousness, your major consciousness is focused on at the time, is the reality that we perceive. But I think we perceive that we are living multiple existence. Yeah, I've been doing this form of meditation now since 2017, and it looks like that I'm living different existences. Many of these existences are male, and I felt one of my existences was a female. Yeah, that's why, people, this whole thing about these religious books and things like that, these are programs. These faith-based systems are programs to control you. There's no savior, please. I mean, I used to believe in all that most of my adult life, from like 21 to my 50s. I was a devout Christian. And then the end of 2014, it was just before my birthday, it was December 3, I was told a paradigm shift that, man, I felt it almost destroyed me mentally. It shook my paradigm system. But I'm grateful that it showed me to wake up, to question everything. And I even denounced my religion. Yes, I did. I denounced it several times. These faith-based systems are fake, and it's just to control and to divide people. Religion is not for salvation. They can't promise a damn thing. It's a carrot in front of your face. All of them are like that. The creator. See, there's creator and then there's these false gods. We're all made under the creator. We have creative powers. But something happened in this system and corrupted our thinking with fear. These religions are based on fear. And when I watch these media now, oh, see, people, all these bad things are happening. Oh, come to this religion. Oh, he's going to save you. There's nobody there to save you. If someone could say, look, let's use logic. People who are listening right now, I'm sure if you loved someone and you had the ability to help them out in a situation, to get them out of danger, like in a dream, let's see, wartime, what do you want to get them out? And just get them out and run, right? Well, why is this so-called God made a promise thousands of years ago and he's not saving you now? You can only do what you're able to do. And if something doesn't have power to deliver you, you find somebody else or find yourself. Find yourself and save yourself. There's no one out there who can help you when they can't even help their fucking self. People, use logic. We're in a matrix, and it's designed, I think, all these dreams, things like that, is to pull on your energy. They feed off of your energy. You have a negative dream, it feeds off of it. It feeds off of it. Feeds off of fear, anxiety, hate, all these things. And that's what all these faith systems all about. This side against that side, right? And causes division. This whole existence is to cause division of all types, of all types of division. So that's how I realize it's fake. It's fake. Yeah, I think we're in a type of matrix thing. I think something has taken our mind, hijacking our mind. And then when some of us start to wake up, we start to wake up from this dream or reality. We realize someone, something is manipulating us or controlling us. And then when they get exposed, when someone is to expose them. And I feel that YouTuber that passed away on in April of this year, late April, I think she was opening up a door and they got her. I'm not going to give the name of the person, but those of you who've been listening to my channel, you know who was a black person and they popped her off. Hey, CTL, hey. Hey, I see your message. Yeah, Tuesday. Yeah. Yeah, how you doing, CDL? Wow, it's good that you got this live broadcast. Yes, CDL. You in the military too. I remember you told me you in the you in the Navy like me. CDL. I just had a bad dream. I'm finished giving the dream. CDL. I had a bad dream. There was in the dream I got there were these military people in front of my on my property. I had a glass door and I was walking past my door and I turn around and look outside and there's two army men in fatigues. And he shot me. He looked at me and shot me in my arm, my hand, my arm. In the dream, I went for cover. It was a bad nightmare. And then the dream led me, I was back in America and there was a sniper in a city, in a major city. Looked like Queens back home in America. And everybody was there Caucasian. It's like a deli area, yeah, it was a sniper. And they were terrorizing the city. The bullets were flying everywhere. I was in like a deli or something. And I was on my back trying to get away from the bullet. The bullets were just going everywhere. Everywhere. It was frightening, frightening. Yes, CDL, be safe. Be safe where you are. Oops. Sorry. Sorry about that. My phone went off. Yeah, be safe, CDL. Be safe wherever you are. Uh, Instruct your loved ones, when there's danger or something, get home as fast as you can. Just go where it's safe. Go where it's safe. Yes, I'm gonna go now, girl. Gonna go now. And I'm gonna make a phone call right now. Yeah. Thank you so much. It's peace and safety for everybody these days, okay? It's just a sign of the time, but this existence that you live in is not all that it is. There are other existence. When this existence for you ends, you are in another place. There are multiple existence, and that's what's going on. Okay? Peace, love, and harmony for all of you. I thank you for listening. Bye bye.